I don't even know where to begin. A Detroit high school teacher, former teacher, named Dominique Brown, also known by her rap name, Drippin Honey, was fired from her job due to a parent's complaint about her rap career. The parent allegedly contacted the school multiple times after Brown released her song, Drippin' 101, in October of 2023. Brown announced her dismissal on her TikTok account on March 15th, stating that a single parent's disapproval led to her forced departure from her teaching position. She also shared the statement on X, formerly known as Twitter, on March 17th. Let's take a look at her statement. Recently, I was forced to leave my position due to me being a rapper. A single parent's disapproval led to my dismissal. The parent wished to stay anonymous after contacting my job for months. I've been dealing with this since I dropped Drippin' 101. 5 months later, meetings after meetings after meetings defending my involvement in the music industry, I was asked to erase all my content. That's when I knew I have to bet on myself, 'cause nobody will if I don't. What troubles me most about this situation is the lack of consideration for the impact and influence I have had on my students' lives. My outside life should not be grounds for termination when it does not interfere with my ability to fulfill my responsibilities as a teacher. My dedication, professionalism, and passion for education have always been unwavering, regardless of any personal pursuits I may have. It is worth noting that when I was hired as a teacher, my involvement in the music industry as a rapper did not hinder my candidacy. I was judged based on my qualifications, experience, and potential to positively impact the lives of my students. Yet now, my commitment and contributions seem to be overshadowed by arbitrary judgments about my personal life. I've been teaching for 7 years. I have over 200 signatures, parents and students who want to support me and my students. This is not about job placement. I'm really in my community doing everything for everybody. I go to every game. I'm picking up and dropping off, buying food, clothes, shelter, free tutoring, girls club, and so much more. Video dropping at midnight. Come support me and my babies. For life, Ms. Brown got y'all forever. Be sure to pause to read the statement that she made on TikTok, and these are comments from her TikTok page. As you'll notice, she has a lot of supporters. Think about the mentality of a person who would support a teacher who uses children in a rap video without their parents' permission, and she's using profanity and throwing up signs. I hope they're not gang signs. Sadly, some of the adults in these comments probably have children, and if they think this behavior is acceptable, these people don't care about who's teaching their children. This is totally unacceptable. And don't get me wrong, I think she's skilled at rapping, but I'm not a fan of that genre of rap, and I'm certainly not a fan of the profanity. But I do think she sounds much better than the crap rappers who are being forced on us. Being a rapper was probably her dream as a little girl, and seeing people like Ice Spice, Red, and Sukihana gain wealth and fame for being subpar probably encouraged her to go for it. But like some of the people suggested in the comments that I'm about to share from other platforms, she should have taken a different approach. I understand wanting to relate to the students, but she chose the wrong approach and might have possibly ruined her teaching career. The fact that she believes the parent and the school are at fault is giving narcissism. That parent needs to be commended. A lot of parents in our community do not care about their children's education. That needs to change. They just don't care. But they'll still expect those children to take care of them when they're older. I'm not a mental health professional, by the way. I'm just trying to understand why she can't connect the dots. They're children. That's a school. If she wanted to be yet another rapper rapping about degeneracy, she should have left her teaching career behind. When you're dealing with people's children, you're expected to do right by them. Another reason why I mentioned narcissism is because she kept pointing out the fact that the parent is a single parent. She's using that parent's status against her. I'm assuming a single mother reported her, and everyone knows how society feels about single mothers. In my opinion, by repeatedly mentioning that it's a single parent, she's manipulating people into turning against the parent. Sounds like deflection and a host of other psychological manipulation tactics. I know you don't have to be a genius to get a college degree, but no one should have to explain to a college graduate why it's wrong for teachers to be profanity-spewing drill rappers. You can't do both. She could have gone in so many different positive directions, but she blew it. Someone said people shouldn't pursue careers in music after a certain age, but I totally disagree. If you want to be a rapper at 80 years old, go for it, but please bless us with some quality bars. I would wish her well. but I think our community has enough negative rappers. And what happens if her rap career doesn't pan out? I don't know what the rules are in Michigan, but it's possible that she could lose her teaching license over this. Let's take a look at a few comments. You're using slurs and profanity and think it's cool to use other people's children in your videos without their parents' permission? Where is the wrong part at? It's 100% due to the involvement of the kids. You gotta have waivers in place to use them in videos/photography with no issues. Or the subject of the video has to be appropriate. A different song could have had a different outcome. Should have bet on your career, because rapping ain't in the cards for you. And let's unpack why she feels the need to rap on the side despite being a full-time teacher. The song fire, but you can't be doing this when you're a teacher. Pray for society. You shouldn't have made an explicit song and involved your students. Song kind of hard, but the F you thought was gonna happen. What's the parent's name? They need a reward for being right about you. To all the people defending the teacher, that mentality is why you still in Detroit, homie. You shouldn't be promoting this degenerate behavior to kids. The parent was correct. I mean, you got kids in music videos cursing. What parent in their right mind think that's cool? I get that's how you identify with them, but everything don't need to be recorded and used for a hype machine. It's okay to have musical aspirations, but this is across the line. It ain't about just being a rapper, it's the content of the raps, LOL. You really thought you wasn't going to get fired? We so behind as a community, we don't even notice the wrongs. It's so commonplace. Imagine losing your job for something you're completely terrible at. Yeah, I wouldn't want you teaching my kids either. Black kids failing in almost every academic category, but you got them out there reinforcing degenerate stereotypes. Be for real, ma'am. SMH. Homeschool your kids. Teachers are attention-starved and are obsessed with seeking approval. If you rapping about questionable-ish, what trust do parents have that you not teaching students that same questionable-ish? 1. You involved the school when you started involving the kids in your outside activities. 2. Got the kids in the video without the parents' consent. 3. Lots of profanity in a video with kids. 4. Video looks recorded during working hours. 5. This ain't it. You being a rapper was not the issue, the problem was clearly the lyrics and messaging behind your song. I wouldn't want that type of person influencing my kids either. I'm going to speak as a parent. If you want to rap, that's cool, but it's the subject matter and the kids in the video. You're rapping adult subjects, and yes, these kids nowadays are more advanced than we were, but they are still kids. We as adults have to show them better. Well, the school in the right. You are representative of the school system. You can risk the school losing sponsors and funding. Everyone don't understand rap/hip-hop. If you was doing gospel or R&B like John Legend, you would have zero problem. Definitely should have stayed a teacher. But the real question is, who in your circle told you this was a good idea? And furthermore, we need to pay teachers more. These little girls need positive role models. You should be ashamed. Blood, as a former teacher, summer camp creator, and youth basketball coach, I can understand why you would be forced to leave. The art of teaching is clearly being lost. You can't be a teacher and still trying to rap about subject matter that's not appropriate for the kids you are teaching. It's like being a teacher and a stripper after hours or an adult star on the weekends. It's just not gonna fly. Shame you got fired for outside activities. I bet you were a good teacher. However, this isn't the best message to send to the youth. Hope you thrive off of music moving forward. Should have used to kids and made music about school stuff at the school, and other music separate from the school and kids. It would have all been a win-win. Maybe they wouldn't be mad if you had them in a video rapping about school or education, trying to get to college or something. The school did the right thing. Might want to find another profession quick, cause rapping about to fire you too. If you wanted to be a rapper, then why did you bother being a teacher? I don't want to post the link to the video, but it's out there. I listened to a few seconds because I wanted to know what the big deal was. It was foolish of me to think she was rapping about something educational. I feel like I heard every curse word in the book in those few seconds. Those children deserve better. How do you feel about the school's decision to fire her? What are your thoughts on her using those children in her video? Let me know in the comments, and if you like this content, be sure to let us know in the comments. We might give you a shout out in a future video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe or follow. Thanks for watching.